My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player and audio engineer and everything in between. And in the last couple of weeks, I've been messing around with a lot of audio gears, and one in particular being the Hotone Imperial. And one of the tricks that this small little device possesses is the ability to be able to capture your existing gears, albeit an amp on an overdrive. It captures that, puts that inside the device, and then you're able to play back. It's not a new technology, but there's not been a time where it's this cheap and it's this accessible. The Tone X1 tried, but then it cannot do the capture on device, so you have to depend on using, the Tone X reamp box and all that good stuff, which will include more cost. We set you back around the 300, coupled with the gear itself with 179. You're already getting to that $500 mark. But really, there isn't much that has been done in terms of creating an all-in-one gear that could do all that capture and still have a playback and have a usable interface. I know the Quad Cortex Mini pedal tried to do that, but then you have no display. You stuck to using an app, and that's one extra gear you don't really want to. The more connections you have, the more room for failure. And if there's a room for failure, there is definitely going to be failure. So without ranting too much, what I've discovered in the last couple of weeks is it's not really the gear these days. It's more of the user, because I think audio has gotten to a place where it almost plateaued. Like, we're getting to that place where it just plateaus and there's really nothing that's going to go on. You would notice in the last couple of weeks, there has been some new products in the market, and a lot of people are actually disappointed with NAM. Like, hey, there wasn't anything really groundbreaking. There was nothing that's like, oh my god, this is brand new, we've not seen this before. And that's because technology has advanced to a point where it's almost as if everyone and every gear and every company is at a level where the competition has been set so low, the pricing has been set so uniform, and it really just depends on the artist and the creator behind those tools, how you utilize them, how much utility you can get from them. I guess that's my whole point. It depends on the creative person. Now, the gears are no longer the problem, whatever your budget may be. We've seen people get great audio or great guitar sounds, great audio mixing sounds from their DAW, from stock plugins. We've seen people do it with expensive hardware. We've seen people compare hardware to hardware. So we're getting to that point where almost everything right now is at a, we are all equal. It's the tone is set. No one has a better advantage over another person at this point. You can easily get a clone of an hardware that you want. You can easily get and they sound just as good. You can get the real thing for cheap. You can get a plug-in version. So there's really not much difference when it comes to pro audio equipment and mid level. Would there be some huge difference in tonality and sounds? I think probably, but most of those big difference will be from the experience and the years these individuals have put into those gears, not exactly the gears. This, for example, the tone you heard in that intro is from my 11 rack. There's a Marshall preset that I had there for years, and I've always loved it. I had the 11 rack years back, and I bought another one again just because I just like that Marshall tone. And the preset is still there. It's actually a stock preset. I could just do some little tweak into that preset. What I've done actually was capture that preset from my 11 rack and capture it on this whole tone device and play back, and sounds just as good. Now, this is almost 20 years old piece of gear. in the back, and you can probably pick it up for like 200. Now this is less than $500, and all of these, and I'm getting that such a rich tone. It makes me think and wonder. It's what's the point in all these high-end gears when you can achieve the same level of tone, or if not 100%, at least 97% of that same tone with cheaper gear. So this bet the question that each person in this generation and time, creators at this point in time, should spend more time on gears other than getting more gears. I mean, I know guitar players would never take that advice anyway. We like buying stuff, myself included. But my point is, gear is not what's holding you back. So if you want that great tone, if you want a great sound, gear is not holding you back. Practice and knowledge is the only thing holding you back in this time and age. With your stock plugin on Logic, I did a video a couple of weeks ago just using stock Logic plugins, right? Cheap plugins free from IK Multimedia with the Tonex, the whole tone, with the tone catch, the Line 6 Helix with all the amp that you can ever dream of having ever in the history of amplifiers. The playing field has been leveled right now, and we're all on where there's almost equal opportunities, whether you have a high budget or you have a low budget. Sounding great all depends on you, and that's my whole point, and that's the whole point of this video. So how can you get better? Number one, get your ear trained. How do you get your ear trained? You have to know what a good tone sound like. You have to listen to all the people and kind of shape your own tone based on the things that you've heard in the past. There's nothing new under the sun. We know that. Everybody knows that. Every great tone is a recreation of something that was great before. So you can just take it another step and make it better. Understand what you need and understand the things that are needed to achieve that particular tone. For example, I knew that I needed a Marshall amp to get that tone that I wanted. I don't have a real Marshall amp here in the studio, but I was able to get a capture that I already have. I mean, I could have just gone and just download a Marshall amp capture or catch from someone else, but I wanted that particular one. And it's so funny how the tone sounded perfect on that one piece of gear. Like 85% of the time, the reason I'm using that 11 rack is just for that one tone, which is kind of weird. I mean, it's still a steal for $200. Hey. And by the way, I think the prices are going up these days because people are getting to know how amazing they sound. And yeah, I guess I'm done ranting. Thank you for listening to me rant. My name is Dami. I'm a guitar player, audio engineer, and everything in between. And if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe, and check out the link to the presets and the tone catch in the link in my bio. And I'll see you in the next one. Remember, don't stop creating. Peace out.